Welcome back to Teshkid Effects for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on HARMONYONE, whose current price stands at the $0.0144446 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 0.56%. And in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot structures and the Fibonacci's. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of the video. And allow me to kickstart the video here on the daily chart by giving you a brief of what has been happening here on the HARMONYONE chart. So HARMONYONE, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, making it to an all-time high in a movement that had been obeying the Elliott wave structures. And that movement to the upper side, we can term it as a higher Elliott wave count 1, taking us back to around the $0.38 mark, which is the all-time high. And after seeing the all-time high, we had been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective structure over here, which has now taken us back to around the $0.012 mark in the formation of a second wave. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 2, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upper side in the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 3 before we see a wave 4, and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to the upper side, and also giving you a measure from the all-time high. From the all-time high, HARMONYONE is down more than 90%, and that means there are chances that we might have seen the low for this second wave and also the bear market low, and there are chances that very soon we might be able to see that bounce to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 by connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the Fibonacci's to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3 at the Fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.61392 mark. And after seeing the formation of that wave 3 in the next bull market, then we can expect a wave 4 and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. And that is my long-term scenario that I'm expecting to play out here on the HARMONYONE chart. And jumping to the 1-hour chart for the short-term scenarios and further analysis. Here on the 1-hour chart, after making our low down there, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliott wave structures. And if I draw my Elliott wave structure over here, we can have that as the first wave to the upper side. And after seeing the high for that wave 1, we saw this ABC corrective structure over here in the formation of a second wave. Then I'm expecting another bounce to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3 before we see a wave 4, and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to complete a higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upper side. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliott wave structure on this chart, I can first sketch out a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 using a trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the Fibonacci's to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3 at the Fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.01644 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting that impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3 to do. And for us to say that in the formation of that wave 3, we need to see an impulsive nature over here, and from what you can see over here, this wave 3 has been losing its impulsive nature by losing the wave 1 high, so we need to manage to break above the wave 1 high once more for us to say that we are back in that impulsive movement in the formation of that wave 3. And for that to play out, we also need to manage to break above the 20-day MA, and once we manage to break above those two key areas here on this chart, then that will be a confirmation that we are back in the formation of this wave 3 in that impulsive movement, and we can fully maximize the Fib level 1.618 before we see a bit of a retracement in the formation of a wave 4, and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upper side. So that is my primary scenario here on the HARMONYONE chart. We are in the formation of this wave 3, and we need to manage to break above the 20-day MA, which I think at the moment we have managed to break above. Also managed to break above the wave 1 high for us to regain that impulsive nature in the formation of this wave 3 to the upper side. Also taking a look at the indicators here on the RSI, we are trading at around the 54 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side and also to the lower side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean her prices are coming our way, and we have started to see a bit of an increase in the buying momentum here on the MACD, and that would be very positive because that supports that movement to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3, and that's the update for HARMONYONE.